What's up, boys? Coming here with another breakdown. Today we're breaking down UFC Fight Night, Moreno versus Albazi. Some good matchups, some good fights. It's a sneaky good card. It's in Canada. Let's get into it. Starting off with the main event, Brendan, the Assassin Baby Moreno versus Amir, the Prince Albazi. This flyweight bout. Moreno is number 3 in the world. He's 21-8, coming at -175. Amir Albazi's number 5 in the world, 17-1, coming at +145. Moreno, he's the ex-champ. He's got really fast hands and he's dangerous on the ground. He can work in takedowns of his own and he has really great output. The only question mark could be, is he on the downfall? He's taken a couple losses. They've come by split decision and they've been against the top guys, so it is a bit harsh to say, but he definitely has been looking like he's lost it a little bit from when he was champ before. He's faced pretty much the top guys his whole career. In his last 10 fights, they've been championship level guys. Amir Albazi, on the other hand, he has really good pressure. He throws heat. He mixes in wrestling, and he has a lot of finishes. Out of 17 wins, he's got 14 finishes. There is a bit of a question mark on his cardio just because in his last fight, he went against Caio of France. It seemed like he was gassing a little bit in the 4th and 5th round. He dropped those rounds. He does put a pretty good pace, but I feel like Moreno, he's going to be the faster guy here. He can stuff the takedowns, and he can work in his own takedowns. He's really good at scrambling. He has submissions of his own. I feel like Moreno, he is and should be the pick here. So give me Moreno. Medium confidence in the pick and low medium confidence in this fight going decision. Next fight up, the co-main event. Rose Namajunas versus Erin Blanchfield. This is a flyweight bout. Namajunas is number 6 in the world. She's 13-6, coming at +110. Erin Blanchfield is number 4 in the world. She's 12-2, coming at -130. Namajunas, she used to be champ at strawweight. She's a technical striker. She has top tier footwork and she's really hard to hit. If you look at her career, she can shit the bed. When she lost her belt against Carla Esparza, that was probably one of the worst UFC performances and one of the worst performances from a champion. Definitely lost that fight really bad, and Pat Barry probably had something to do with it by not telling her that she needed to step it up. She wasn't doing enough, and I'm not sure if that's because she'll crumble if she hears negativity or what, but Pat Barry, he's maybe not the best coach. She dropped her gym and it's just Pat Barry now. That is a bit of a question mark, but I feel like if you look at her opponents, every single one of her opponents throw and land a lot less on her. She's really hard to hit. She's really evasive. She makes you think she's there when she's not. She has really good distance control. She can work in her own takedowns. And you know what? I think that she still has it. Her move up to 125 has been pretty good. She lost to Menin Farrow. I feel like the reason why she lost was just because she was too small for her. Erin Blanchfield, on the other hand, is a dangerous grappler. She has forward pressure and she makes shit happen. If she's not winning on the feet, she just keep pushing, trying to break you. She'll try to work in takedowns, put you against the cage, looks for takedowns. And you know what? She has a pretty good ground game. She is dangerous. I think that in this fight, though, she'll get her takedown stuffed. And on the feet, I feel like she just won't be there. Erin Blanchfield, she has that intensity, brings it every fight, but I feel like Namajunas is just way more technical in this matchup. She should be able to just piece her up all 5 rounds, if not find some damaging blows, but I feel like Blanchfield is tough enough to survive. The pick is going to be Namajunas with medium confidence, and I think that this fight is going to go to the decision with medium confidence. Next up, Derrick Lewis versus Jhonata Diniz. This is a heavyweight bout. Lewis is number 10 in the world. He's 28-12, coming at +150. Diniz is 8-0, coming at -180. Lewis, he's strong. He's a powerhouse. He has one-punch power. I'd say he is definitely flat-footed, but that's where he kind of gets the power from. He loads up heavy, and his balls is hot. I feel like that he is a bit of a question mark just because he is sometimes just not there. He sometimes will say, "Oh, my stomach hurt. Oh, I need to take a shit." Honestly, he is a fan favorite. He definitely has knockout power. He's funny, but I'd say that he is a bit of a question mark. Diniz, on the other hand, he's a former kickboxer. He's pretty technical. He picks his shots and he's powerful. But I'd say the only thing in this fight that worries me and that is making me pick Lewis is that he gets cracked, and I feel like if you get cracked by Lewis, he definitely has that one-punch power. He can knock out anybody. And Diniz, he is technical, but he's not like crazy fast. I feel like he definitely will be the better striker in this matchup, but I don't know if it's hard to envision him knocking out Lewis when he doesn't have that insane power like Pavlovich or Taituavasa, and he's not like insanely fast. So the pick is going to be Lewis, low confidence. I think that Lewis will KO him in the first or second round. Medium high confidence in this fight going finish. Next fight up, Caio Machado versus Brendson Ribeiro. This is a light heavyweight bout. Machado is 8-3, coming at -155. Ribeiro is 15-7, coming at +130. Machado, he's moving down from heavyweight. He's never been finished before, and he's went to a couple decisions. There's a lot of question marks when watching tape on him. He honestly looks pretty decent, but he also looks pretty shit. He hasn't really faced anybody that is that good. Mick Parkin was a decent fight for him. He got taken down in that fight, and I feel like Brendson Ribeiro, he's dangerous. All wins coming by finish. He's fast, and he has takedowns. I feel like he will be the faster guy here. He has more technique. He should be able to get the takedowns if he wants to. I feel like he is a bit of a question mark himself just because he can get finished. He's been finished before. He's been knocked out cold. Ribeiro, he isn't maybe trustable, but I feel like Machado, he is a bit just too much question marks on him. Is he going to make the weight? Is him moving down going to make him have really good cardio, or is he going to be sucked out and have no cardio after the first round? It's a lot of question marks. I feel like I'm going to side with the more technical guy, the faster guy, the one who has all finishes. So give me Ribeiro. Low confidence in the pick. Low confidence in this fight going decision. Next fight up, Marc-Andre Barriault versus Dustin Stoltzfus. This is a middleweight bout. Barriault is 16-8, coming at -205. Stoltzfus is 15-6, coming at +170. Barriault, he's a brawler who's tough. He is going to be a tough night out for anybody in the division that is outside the top 10. He sets a high pace, and he has really good output. He definitely has a bit of a style of just you go, I go. He definitely can get cracked. He's been chinned before, but I feel like Dustin Stoltzfus, he works in takedowns and he picks his shots, but he got knocked out 4 months ago. He has a decent ground game, and I feel like to win this fight, he definitely has to get takedowns. I feel like he's not going to be able to outstand Barriault's pressure and pace that he sets. He has really good output. He's in your face at all times, so the pick is going to be Barriault. Low medium confidence in the pick, low confidence in this fight going decision. Next fight up, the main card opener, Malott versus Trevin Giles. This is a welterweight bout. Malott is 10-2, coming at -265. Giles is 16-6, coming at +215. Malott and Giles actually had a grappling match that Malott won, so that could be a little sign that he could win this matchup or should be favored, and he is the favorite. Malott, he's dangerous. He's never seen a decision. He gets takedowns. The only question on him is his cardio. In his last fight, he went against Neil Magny. He was beating Magny comfortably, landing his shots, getting takedowns, and then maybe he ended up gassing, got in a bad position, got finished. I think that he doesn't have bad cardio problems just because he ended up getting finished in like the last minute and a half. But Giles, I think that he's tough. He's a good all-arounder. He's a former 185er. He's faced good prospects. He's won against the likes of Carlos Prates. He's won against Michael Morales. He's even fought and beat the likes of Roman Dolidze and Brendan Allen. So he's definitely got good wins, but all of his losses are coming by finish. And I feel like a finisher like Malott is definitely, you can maybe think that this fight is going to go to finish, but I feel like Malott, he is a bit patient sometimes. And I think that him gassing out and getting finished by Neil Magny might make him come at a slower approach. The pick is going to be Malott. Low confidence in the pick. Low confidence in this fight going decision. Next fight up, Aiemann Zahabi versus Pedro Munhoz. This is a bantamweight bout. Zahabi is 11-2, coming at -118. Munhoz is number 14 in the world. He's 20-9, coming at -102. Zahabi, he keeps his distance. He has knockout power, but I'd say he's a bit too inactive for my liking. He only really fights like one time a year. If you look at his tape, he kind of moves like a crab. I feel like the one thing I don't really like about him is he doesn't have enough output to really hang with the upper tier of the division. He definitely can pick his shots and find the knockout blow, but I'd say Pedro Munhoz, he is face the top guys. He has great leg kicks. He throws a lot of leg kicks. He's never been finished, so that's not a good sign for Zahabi. I'd say one thing that he does struggle with is output, and Zahabi doesn't really bring that output, so I think that Munhoz should be able to just win by a comfortable decision in this matchup. He definitely has knockout power on his own. He definitely has a nice guillotine. He has a lot of submission wins, and he definitely is dangerous on the ground. He kind of has fell in love with his hands, and he likes striking, but he definitely has a really good ground game. And I feel like if this fight goes to the ground, Zahabi will be in trouble, but I think that Munhoz will be able to get it done on the feet. He should be faster than him. He should have more output, and the leg kicks is probably going to be the decider in this fight. I'd say he's going to output him with the leg kicks. He's going to comfortably win by decision. So the pick is going to be Munhoz. Medium confidence in the pick. Low medium confidence in this fight. Going decision. Next fight up, Ariane Lipski versus Jasmine Jasudavicius. This is a flyweight bout. Lipski is 17-9, coming at plus 185. Jasmine is 11-3, coming at minus 225. Lipski, she throws heat. She's honestly churning around her career. She has a lot of losses earlier on in her UFC career, but she's been managing to get some good wins under her belt. She's a tough outing. This is definitely going to be a tough matchup for Jasmine. She has been chinned before, and a lot of her losses are coming by finish. I'd say that she has been churning around. She has pretty good output on the feet. She brings it. I think she will be hard to put away. So I do think that this fight will go to decision. But Jasmine, on the other hand, she's aggressive, she's smothering, and she grinds. She finds success when she gets takedowns. On the feet, she's pretty good. She definitely can land her licks in. She's tough. She can take one for sure. She can be pretty dangerous, but I'd say that she doesn't have that finishing capabilities, but she definitely can get in good positions. The pick is going to be Jasmine Jasudavicius. Low confidence in the pick. Low medium confidence in this fight going decision. Next fight up, Jourdain versus Victor Henry. This is a bantamweight bout. Jourdain is 15-8, coming at minus 135. Victor Henry is 24-6, coming at plus 114. Jourdain, he's moving down to 135. He's a technical striker. He's always in it, and he's got a sneaky guillotine. He can mix in takedowns, but I feel like if he's mixing in takedowns, he's probably losing on the feet. And I feel like in this matchup, Victor Henry, he's a more technical guy. He's a technical striker who has insane output. He's got some crazy output. Just in general, you aren't really seeing people reaching the numbers he can reach. It's not to say that he will be able to just piece his way up to an easy win against Jourdain, but some of the matchups he's had and some of the strike numbers he's been putting is crazy. He has really good combos. He has good takedown defense. The only worry might be is that he is 37 years old. He definitely has had a lot of fights. He is somewhat fresh in the UFC. He doesn't have more than 4, I don't believe. But Victor Henry, I think he will be able to outstrike Jourdain in this matchup. But Jourdain is definitely live. I like Henry here, so the pick is going to be Henry. Low-medium confidence in the pick. Low-medium confidence in this fight going decision. Next fight up, Jack Shore versus Youssef Zalal. This is a featherweight bout. Shore is 17-2, coming at plus 215. Zalal is 15-5, coming at minus 265. Shore, he's a former 135er. He looks for takedowns and he has good submissions, but he likes striking as well. He has decent striking. I'd say that if he doesn't work in the takedowns, his game isn't as good because I feel like he finds a lot of success when he gets takedowns. Youssef Zalal, on the other hand, he's been putting it all together. He's really churning around his UFC career. He got cut early on, went outside the UFC, got a couple wins, a lot of finishes, and then he's coming in back into the UFC. He's on a 2-fight win streak in the UFC and 2 finishes in a row against Billy Quarantillo and Jarno Aarons. I'd say that he honestly is pretty calm, but he's dangerous as well. He's safe and efficient. I really like him here. He's technical everywhere. He has good takedowns. He honestly, his distance control and just the way he picks his shots is just really nice to watch. In his last 2 fights, he looked great. He looked, honestly, he didn't really take too much punishment. He honestly just outclassed his opponents in his last 2 fights. I think that Jack Shore is good. I feel like Youssef Zalal is definitely a step ahead. He's definitely top 15 worthy, and I don't know if Jack Shore is. Jack Shore is also moving up. Zalal, I feel like I'm biased because I really like how he fights, and he's been looking really good. The pick is going to be Youssef Zalal, medium-high confidence in the pick. I think that this fight will end in finish, low-medium confidence. I think that he'll submit him in the 2nd round. Next fight up, Alexander Romanov versus Rodrigo Nascimento. This is a heavyweight bout. Romanov is number 15 in the world. He's 17-3. Coming in at -105. Rodrigo Nascimento is 11-2, coming in at -115. Romanov, he's a great wrestler. He's strong. He's a finisher. I'd say he is fat. He was looking pretty good and pretty like slim earlier on in his career. Then he gained a bunch of weight. He could be honestly a bit wishy-washy just because he is out of shape. His cardio is a question. I feel like that's the only worry about him is his cardio and the shape that he's coming in. But he has a great first round. He has probably some of the best wrestling in the heavyweight division. He's got really technical takedowns. I think that he honestly, if he locked it in and put it all together, he could be a really good prospect in the division. Honestly, he has really high potential, and he easily could smoke Rodrigo Nascimento in this matchup. Nascimento, on the other hand, he's a grappler that has decent hands. He doesn't really go for takedowns, even though he is a grappler. He's kind of fallen in love with striking. He can get taken down, which is a huge worry in this matchup. And I feel like that's why I have to pick Romanov. Not only is Romanov got the higher potential, he's more dangerous, but Rodrigo Nascimento, he can get taken down. And I feel like Romanov can get into really good positions. He can get takedowns. He's got some of the best takedowns in the division. So the pick is going to be Romanov. Medium confidence in the pick and medium confidence in this fight going finish. I think that he'll submit him in the first round. Next fight up, Siri Sydney versus Garrett Armfield. This is a bantamweight bout. Sydney is 10-2, coming at -148. Armfield is 10-4, coming at +124. Sydney, he brings the intensity. He has 8 finishes out of 10 wins. He has really good kicks, and he honestly is pretty technical. I'd say he is nice to watch. He definitely gets cracked, though, and he really hasn't faced anybody good. In his last fight, he went against Tavares. He lost by decision. I honestly thought he won that fight. He knocked him out actually earlier in the Contender Series, gave him a rematch loss. I'd say that he is pretty crafty. He has good technique. He definitely is maybe one to look out for the lower end of the division, but I'd say Garrett Armfield, he's a clean striker who has clean, straight punches. He has power. He has good combos. He can honestly put on a really good pace. But I'd say the only worry is that he can get taken down, but he also has a pretty decent ground game. I'd say in this matchup, he'll just be able to land the more technical and more clean strikes just because he's throwing straight punches. Armfield, he has faced better people. Sydney hasn't really faced anybody who's at Armfield's level, so I'm going to go with the person that is proven to beat people at Sydney's level. I think that Armfield is tough. He's always live. I feel like him being the underdog isn't right. I feel like he should be the favorite, if anything. So I'm going to be picking Garrett Armfield. Medium confidence in the pick. Medium confidence in this fight going finish. And I think that he'll end up knocking out Sydney in the second round. Next fight up, Chad Enheliger versus Cody Gibson. This is a bantamweight bout. Chad is 13-7, coming at +160. Gibson is 20-10, coming at -192. Chad, he's a good striker. He has 2 decent wins. He beat Brady Heistan, and he also beat Muin Gafarov, which are pretty good wins. I'd say the only thing about his game that's pretty bad is that he gets taken down. He has 6 losses by submission. I'd say that is a big hole in his game, being able to get taken down. He is a good striker. He has a pretty good jab, but he's not really able to keep people away from him, from tying him up, looking for the takedown. And I think Cody Gibson, he's smart enough to stick to the game plan of getting takedowns. In his last fight against Brian Kelleher, he honestly just walked forward. He had the urgency. He took him down and then submitted him. He stepped up his urgency, definitely. He's really big at 135. He's going to be a lot bigger than Enheliger here. He has good output, but he's a bit hit or miss, so it's hard to fully trust him just because he honestly has lost 10 times in his career. I think that he definitely should be able to win here. Cody Gibson is going to be the pick. Low medium confidence in the pick. Low confidence in this fight going decision. Next fight up, Jamey-Lyn Horth versus Ivana Petrovic. This is a flyweight bout. Horth is 6-1, coming at -218. Petrovic is 7-1, coming in at +180. Horth, she throws heat. She's tough. She only has seen 2 decisions, but I'd say that she isn't really anything special. She kind of definitely reached her potential. I don't really see her getting a bunch of wins in the UFC. I think that she will not be inside the top 15 either. She kind of likes using her size, but Petrovic is this pretty much the same size as her. Petrovic looks for takedowns. I'd say the only worry is she gets hit. She's also only seen 2 decisions, but I'd say that just like Horth, she isn't really anything special. If she's not able to get takedowns, she isn't really looking too good, but she definitely has an alright ground game. I'd say on the feet, Horth is going to be able to just land the better strikes, land the more powerful blows, and I think that Petrovic gets hit a little bit too much, so the pick is going to be Horth. Low confidence in the pick, medium confidence in this fight going decision. That's going to be my UFC Fight Night Moreno vs. Albazi quick picks breakdown. Thanks for watching.